Okay. We're live. We're live. We're live. So how's everybody doing?
I hope I'll be able to see the chat. Not yet.
Oh, okay. Are you on the phone or a computer?
Oh, now, duh. I was in private chat. Okay, I got it. Hi, friends. Hi, friends.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think another person did that. I heard a day or two ago. The person went to the same thing. They're like, "Why can't I see the chat? Where's everybody at?" They just dawned on them. They're no private.
you know what? I'm not super YouTube savvy and being backstage very often, so that's why too. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm learning. I'm learning.
Okay, awesome. I gotta go mute
Gosh.
YouTube. Time to mute it. Time to mute it. Get over there.
Learning.
Okay, it is muted. Awesome. Okay, let's see who we got here. Who jumped in?
I was muted. Hi, friends. Hi,
No,
friends.
I went over to YouTube to see if I had YouTube open or muted because if somebody put the link in, I can't click on the link in StreamYard. I have to go over to YouTube and click on it.
Okay. Hi, Cody. Hi, Papa J. Victoria. Hello, little Debbie. Hi, April.
April.
It goes fast. It's hard to see. Ooh.
No, you don't say.
There. If you got it.
Cody, Victoria, how you doing? The show is about to commence. Yes. And Debbie is Cody. We do. Cody. I'm just gonna sit here and let my Michelle take over. How about that?
Okay. Do I also have to sing? Do I also have to sing "My Michelle" by Guns N' Roses? Okay.
So she even agrees with it.
I will.
That was awesome.
Scarlett, Papa Ron,
I wasn't
Wes,
expecting that response.
Hello. Hello.
Oh my goodness gracious. No, we're just having some fun. Tio,
We're just gonna. I just want to read the chat. Hello. Just
that's
kidding.
fine. That's fine.
Wes. I had a whole thing this morning. My 7-year-old that already had COVID in December. The bus driver called and said he was exposed again, and that the driver tested positive, and so it was a whole thing this morning. So yeah, I don't have the camera on right now.
Oh my goodness.
I've been running around crazy. Oh. Yeah. No, Wes is like, is her camera broken?
And I don't think so, Jay.
Hi, Dave.
How you doing, Dave? How you doing?
Oh my God.
And Bobby.
Hi. Bobby.
Okay.
Bobby's the best.
So we're gonna try to have some fun with Michelle here. And if anybody in the chat has any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. But please, if you would please keep them at a non-reselling questions. Please, that'd be awesome. So I'm gonna try to keep track of the chat here. I mean, it's not easy trying to listen to her and look at the chat at the same time. It does not be easy.
Yeah, I said no resale talk. So I got it. Okay.
Yeah. Just something different.
Hi, Eric.
What did I do?
I don't know.
I don't either. Okay, here we go. We're good now.
The Papa Ron is moving. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Moving is stressful.
Oh, Victoria closing her eyes now. Oh my goodness. Okay, close her eyes now. Keep the chatter down. Oh, no. Okay. Well, what's your funniest place you have ever fallen asleep?
See, when you said that, it's not going to be very interesting because I cannot just fall asleep anywhere like those people. I wish I could. I have such a problem sleeping every night. I have a problem sleeping. So no, I'm so jealous of those people that just sit down and fall asleep places. But I would love to be like that. I would love it.
Oh, okay. So you don't have a special place. Funniest place you have fallen asleep.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
no, because I don't just fall. I can't just fall asleep anywhere. So there's no. I know. Sorry to ruin that one. That's what he said earlier. There won't be a funny story with that one. Yeah, I have such a hard time sleeping all my life.
Okay. Yeah, there is no right or wrong answer with these questions. It's up however you answer.
Even when I was little, I had some friends that had historic mansion houses. So I don't know if they were haunted or if I just couldn't sleep because I can't sleep. But sometimes at like 1 and 2 in the morning, I'd get up at their house not being able to sleep, and I'd call my grandma because I knew my mom would get mad if I called her, and she'd come and pick me up and take me to her house.
Oh,
Because I can, but again, they had these big old houses. So I'm like, was it haunted or could I just not sleep? So I don't know.
oh, okay,
You
okay.
never know. You never know.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Like
what's
the 100-year-old houses. Sorry, what?
okay? What's the funniest thing you've ever heard a child say?
Oh my God.
I mean, no hurry. You can think
Just
of it.
read. All I can think of recently is in my laundry room, we have like it's wood. And when you open it, an actual ironing board pops out. And I don't know how it must have been before they had the washer and dryer in there because there's no way you can actually pull that out and iron with the washer and dryer there. But my little 3-year-old, the first time he said the word amazing was a couple months ago when he opened that and he's like, this is amazing. And I just thought that because I'd never heard him say amazing. And I thought, how does he even know that word? And then just that he thought that was amazing, that you could open that thing in the wall and that this ironing board would pop out of the wall.
Oh, okay.
So I guess it kind of is amazing to a little kid. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's awesome.
That's just the most recent because I have mom brain too, where your brain doesn't work all the time.
Okay, now you just have one kid?
3.
Oh, what's their ages?
I have all boys and they're 9, 7, and 3.
Ooh, okay, fun.
I'm in it right now. I'm in the thick of it. Hi, Bonnie.
Wow. Okay, well, what's your favorite songs from your teenage years that you still rock out to when nobody is looking?
I don't care if people are looking. Steve Miller still. That had made a comeback when I was in high school, I think.
Okay.
A comeback. so I got into that again. And so now when it comes back again for the 4th time now, I still rock out to it. But I went to concerts, Metallica and Guns N' Roses.
Oh, there you go. There you go. My kind of girl back in those days. Awesome.
That was fun. Yeah. That was fun. So I still like all that too.
Yeah. That is awesome. Oh yeah. And then you got Bon Jovi and
Yeah, not as much. They were a little bit before, but like Stevie Nicks, I think they had made like a reunion record or something, and my friend worked at a CD listening bar, and so he got us a bunch of free CDs, and so I started listening to Stevie Nicks again and realized I loved her from my childhood.
Okay.
Fleetwood Mac.
Okay. Well, what is the craziest dare you have ever took?
This is so stupid. But I think I was 16, and a couple of us went to Idlewild, which is out here. It's like a there's kind of like rocks and mountains. I don't know if it's considered desert or mountainy out here. And there was a black horse, a huge like mare in its little area, and I went over thinking that I could just hop on its back bareback and that it would just be cool with it.
Apparently
So I went over and tried to get on it, and it bucked me off and kicked me in the kidneys. It was really bad.
Wow.
Bad. Really bad and painful and so stupid. And when you look back, and I'm like, look at Christopher Reeve. That could have totally.
Oh,
and I'm sure I scared the crap out of him. It's nighttime, and he doesn't have his saddle, and I just try and get on. So yeah, that was so stupid.
Oh, okay.
But that was a dare. That was a dare, and I took it, and it was so stupid.
Okay. Yeah. Now, if there's any questions that you don't want to respond or answer to that I got, just say pass.
Okay.
And
it's just that I was so stupid, but yeah. you're like if you don't want to share your stupidity with everyone, you can go ahead and say pass.
There's a couple of questions I have in here that you might not want to respond to. That's all. You might want. Okay. Might want. I can't even speak now. You might not want to answer.
Okay. I'm scared. Okay.
Okay. What's the grossest food you have ever ate to be polite?
I cannot. I get so grossed out so easy.
Okay.
I don't eat meat off the bone just because I get grossed out easy.
Oh. Okay.
I can't even think. I think my face probably gives it away because I think people always have offered my whole life, like, it's okay if you don't want to. I'm extremely picky. I've gotten better as I got older. I've gotten better.
Oh,
But I know. I'm sorry. I wish I had a good answer. I wish it was something gross like menudo or
no, like I said, there's no wrong or right answers.
yeah.
Whatever you have.
I don't
Yeah,
know why I get
Harry.
grossed out so easy either.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with the chat here. So, hi, Harry.
Hey,
Harry.
Harry. No, Eric, I can't eat meat on the bone. It's
Oh, wow.
I get
Okay.
grossed out.
So that means you won't eat a chicken leg then.
No.
No.
When I was little, I'd get KFC, and I did it then. But now I just get now that I know
Wow.
what's in the bone and everything. I just
Oh my goodness. Okay, awesome. Okay. Well, what are your hobbies, if you have any?
I do. Thank you for asking. I love genealogy, which is your family, researching your family roots.
Okay.
And my grandma lived to be 98 and a half. And so every week I would go to she still lived in her own house that my grandpa had built for her. And so I'd go there to water she had an acre. So I had to water all the plants that, she'd raised for 50 years. And then would go over genealogy. She had a bunch of albums from even back to like 1900. So my great grandma kept hold of all these albums, and then my grandma did. And so we would go through them and do genealogy, and she would help me, so I had pictures of everybody in the genealogy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Do you have a lot of them or?
Now my dad luckily has the albums right now, but he wants me to bring them here, and I don't know how because there's like a billion albums. But the genealogy I still continue, and I did my grandma's DNA luckily before she died, and then I did my DNA, I did my dad's and my mom's. Okay. So I've met a bunch of people online, and they've all thanked me for sharing all the pictures that I have because I put them online so other families can, see their relatives and stuff like that.
Okay, that's interesting. Wow.
Yeah, so fun.
Cool.
I always try to get people to like get into genealogy. I'm trying to find genealogy friends all the time.
Oh wow.
That's why I always bring it up. But yeah.
Okay. What is the one thing you will never do again?
Well, that horse thing I'll never do again.
Oh,
jumping on the bareback of a horse.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Okay.
Have I ever done something? I can't think if I've ever done something.
Okay.
Never say never, I guess. But I would except I would never jump bareback on a horse again.
Okay. Yeah, that would I can see that definitely.
Because I don't think I would survive, the fall and kick now.
Okay, if you had to describe yourself as an animal, which one would you be?
A black leopard.
Really?
I think, yeah. Well, that's what I'd want to be, like sleek. Like I'm a black cat, so like sleek and fast, and you can hide if you feel like it.
I'm about to ask you, why is that?
Blend in, get out of there.
Awesome. That is so cool. Okay. If you could join any past or current music group, which would you want to join?
Did you say a past music group?
Past or current?
It would be fun to be like Metallica, but I would probably say more Fleetwood Mac because I love Stevie Nicks.
Oh, okay.
Some of their songs are more mellow, so you could, relax. So that would be cool.
Yeah.
And maybe they're in California, so I could just cruise down.
Okay, awesome.
What's happening, Cody? I can't see what's happening.
Okay. Well, what would you sing at a karaoke night?
Oh my God. When I was in college, I worked at Home Depot, and back then they had like Muzak. So it was like music on a loop, and they would play Total Eclipse of the Heart so many times a night. And so me and this girl would be on the main commercial aisles. And so we're in the center, and we would just sing that song so loud, and it would just echo because it's like concrete floors. Okay. So I'd do that one. Oh, cool. Just because I'm used to belting that one out. So we used to sing. It used to come on so many times a night. So we would be closing, at Home Depot. So it's,
Okay, that's cool. That's awesome. I'm still trying to I haven't seen any questions in the chat yet.
Oh, does Larry call Bobby Booby? Is that what's going on?
Not that I'm aware of.
Danny May, hi.
Hi, Danny. That's news to me.
Oh, sorry. Oops. Okay.
I
Never
mean,
mind, Larry. Never mind. I was trying to catch up with the chat.
okay.
Or do people in the chat call her that? I don't know. Oh, that's true. I think Wes calls her that. That's true. That's true. Hi, Darlene.
Hi,
Hi,
Darlene.
Darlene.
Have you ever eaten a whole box of Girl Scout cookies in one setting?
I don't know, but I mean, I could if I really let myself. But what's fun is when, like, 6 months later, I'm in the freezer and then I find a roll of Thin Mints. I get so excited of Girl Scout. I didn't know we're there. That's the best. When there's some you forgot about in the freezer, because I put them in the freezer.
Oh, did they
Like
last?
the Thin Mint ones I put in the freezer, and that is the best. That's like finding money in your pocket when you find a sleeve of Girl Scout cookies in the freezer. And they're coming out again too. I just heard on the news yesterday.
Okay.
So get ready, Larry, for the Girl Scouts to come around.
Oh my god, I don't buy them because I can't. They would last too long because I don't eat that many cookies because cookies aren't good for diabetics.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I'll eat it once in a while. I mean, I got cookies that I bought from a person on auction that maybe that I actually tried one maybe a few weeks ago, and the stupid things are still good. And I think I bought them on auction maybe almost a year ago.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I don't go through them very fast, and
Yeah. Aw.
Have you ever bought yourself a Happy Meal?
When I was pregnant with my first child, my 9-year-old, I was so sick all the time. I had morning sickness all day, all night for about 9 months. And I had 1 month off at the end. And all I could eat was Happy Meals, was cheeseburger Happy Meals.
Okay.
And so I was losing, every time I go to the doctor, I was losing weight. And I'm like, all I can eat are the cheeseburger Happy Meals. And she's like, well, at least if you're taking vitamins too. She's all, that's funny. And I'm like, not really, but. So I got a lot of toys that I saved up too for the kids. But now that it's been 9 years, I'm like, they might be worth money. The Happy Meal toys. So I'm not giving them to the kids. I'm going to go through them, see what's good. But I got so many of them because, I was going all the time.
Oh, well, okay. Yep. I thought you might have got a Happy Meal for yourself.
No, it was for me. It's when I was pregnant. That's all I could eat. I was so sick all the time. That's the only thing.
I also bet you got it for the toy too, didn't you?
When I was younger, I used to. When I was like 20, in my 20s, I would get those and like decorate my desk at work with them.
Well, I don't know. What's wrong with now?
Because now they might be worth money, so I don't open them. Now everything's worth money, so I don't open anything. You never know. You never know.
Oh my goodness. Yep. I haven't my God, I haven't had I even had a fast food thing in ages.
Oh my gosh.
I just that just doesn't interest me really anymore. I mean, we go to these I probably could we go to these meetups and stuff. Yeah, I could probably go do go through a fast food thing, but yeah, other than that, just being here by myself. Oh no, I haven't been to a fast food in I don't know about
oh my
5
God.
years.
That's really good though. Actually, that's really good and healthy.
Yeah, I just lost interest in it.
I wish I would. Well, the kids are there. I was like, well, it's been a week. We want a Happy Meal.
It's been a week.
Because they'll like time it out. Because I'll say you don't need Happy Meals all the time. So they're like, it's been a week. There's a new toy.
Okay, have you ever dipped a French fry into a milkshake?
No, I'm not like that. No,
not even a Frosty.
No, I don't. I prefer them separate.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you just might try for. Cause I know a lot of people that do, and yeah, they say it tastes good. I mean, each his own.
But I like each individually, so I don't need to. Okay. I'd like to enjoy both. I don't need to share the enjoyment together. I don't know.
You don't like. You saw that you don't like to mix food.
Yeah, even when I was little, I think I was kind of like that. Now, I mean, like obviously, like potatoes and meat and stuff, I would mix. But when I was little, I was like that too. Everything had to have its own spot.
Oh wow! No,
I know.
you're just like my nephew. Yeah, this carrot is touching the meat. I can't
Yeah,
eat
yeah, yeah.
it.
It's ridiculous. I know.
I mean, it's really funny. I mean, just barely touching the meat,
Yeah,
and he says it's touching the meat. I don't want it.
it's crazy. I know. I know. Kids are crazy, but I was like that. I was like that.
God. I mean,
It's
it's not
ridiculous.
even good. Just move it aside with your fork.
So crazy. At my mom's house, though, I was an only child, so it was easier for me to be like picky. And then at my dad's house, I have my siblings,
Okay.
so there it's more like, look, if you want to eat,
Mm,
because there's like 4 kids,
okay.
just shut up and eat. And I'm kidding. No, I mean, just kidding. It wasn't like that. Just when there's more kids, you're not allowed to be picky. You just got to eat, get some food in you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this one here you might want to pass on. I don't know. It's up to you. Have you ever been skinny dipping?
I was growing up. I had a pool in my backyard, so I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure at some point too, if my parents weren't there. Probably not as like a little kid, but once I was a teenager, I'm sure. And I live in California, so here that's not really.
Oh, okay. But I said
It's not as taboo, I think, because it's so hot all the time.
oh, okay. But I say you
And
don't remember.
I'm sure, because I'm sure I have. But no, and sometimes here, I mean, it'll get like 113 degrees here, so it's more like.
I just think that's awesome, man. I'm sure I have. I just don't remember.
Yeah, well, because why would I not? I guess is my thing. Why would I not have been? So, and I mean, I've swam all my life, so I'm sure.
Oh, that is good. That is a
There was an
good
occasion.
one. Okay. Oh, wow. Have you ever lied about your age?
Yes, when I was
Yeah.
young.
Boy, that was a quick answer. Yes.
Because there's a story. We went with my boyfriend in high school, his older sister, and then her friends. And I don't know if they had fake IDs and I probably was only 16 and I looked young. And we went all the way to LA and they gave me some ID to use and it didn't work. And they wouldn't let anyone else in. So it was a big ordeal where I was crying and everything because everyone was mad that I couldn't get in because we had driven all the way to Los Angeles and we lived in Orange County. So that's why I remember so well because it was a big thing. And then I was crying and everyone was mad. And it was it was like an hour and a half drive. So everyone was mad. And because they didn't really know me anyway, it was my boyfriend's sister's friends. And so.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, whole thing. And then one other time I had a fake ID and at a grocery store, and I remember the cashier going, "Oh wow, you're older than me," because the ID and her looking at me, and I'm like, "Oh," it's just really, yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Super awkward, but she still did it. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it was one time I went to Taco Bell and didn't lie about the well, I kind of did, but the person at the counter thought I was older than what I looked.
Yeah.
And this is I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years ago. He said, they give you a senior citizen's discount. I'm like,
I would take it.
Why? I'm like, I'm not even close yet. And he said, well, you look it. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm only 61 now. I'm like, okay. I'm like, this thing 10, 15 years ago. I'm like, holy smokes.
But you know what? I'll take it because one time a girl at a grocery clothing store asked me if I could get any discounts, and I'm like, well, what discounts do you have? And she said all these ones, and then she said, like I think she said senior disc or something like that, and I'm like, oh, I'm not. And she's like, how old are you? And I told her my age. She's like, close enough, but I wasn't that close at all. But I was like, I'll take it though. I was like, thank you so much.
Wow. Yeah, if there's anybody in the chat has any questions for her, don't forget, you can go ahead and ask, throw some questions marks in front of it, so hopefully I don't miss it.
Oh yeah, question marks.
Have you ever, or do you go camping at all?
When I was young, my dad, this is, back then when kids did dumb stuff, my dad had given each of us a motorcycle. So when I was 10, I had a full motorcycle and we would go out to the desert and camp and ride motorcycles. Okay. But we slept in a trailer because it gets really cold out here in the desert.
Well, the reason why I was going to ask done something dumb while camping.
That I was going to say that night that I got bucked off the that horse, I was camping that night in Idlewild, and so I had to sleep on the hard ground after being kicked off the horse and kicked in the kidneys and just like laying there and feeling every rock. And so yeah, that was bad.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So next time it'll either be glamping or in a fancy trailer.
Oh, okay, there you go. Oh yeah, we really enjoyed it. I haven't been camping in a few years now, ever since my mom passed away. She bought a small RV, a small motorhome, self-sustaining one, and I was taking care of it. Yeah, that's the way. That's how the camping ended up. I was tent camping, and then she started buying campers.
Ah.
Now, have you ever eaten a whole cake or pizza by yourself?
I think I was in college. Was I? And I would get off school early. And I can't remember I worked at Wells Fargo. I worked at Wells Fargo and then I worked at a gym. And I can't remember which one it was. And I would eat a whole pizza before I'd go to work. And that is crazy. But I was like 18 or 19.
Okay.
And I don't think I worked at the gym. It must have been the bank. But I can't even believe I could eat all that now. But now I'm looking at how big they were. They weren't that big. Because I remember thinking back on how was I able to do that? And then I saw one again. I'm like, oh, it's not as big as I thought. But still, it was a whole one. But I think it was just because I was a teenager, because now I can't even imagine.
Okay. Would you rather have unlimited sushi or tacos for life?
Well, I don't like sushi, so.
Okay.
I don't like cooked fish, really, so I don't like it raw. I want to try good sushi someday. Everyone always says if you have the right sushi, you'll like it.
Oh.
So I want to try really good fresh sushi someday. And but I like tacos, so that's fine.
Oh, there you go.
I love tacos.
So what did you want to be when you were a kid?
It would switch off. I want to be an archaeologist. But then I'm wondering, is that because I used to watch Indiana Jones all the time? Because why would a kid just think of being an archaeologist? You know what I mean? Like, that's random. And then I want to be a dermatologist because I thought I want to pick people. I want to pick people's faces and skin. And then and then I want to be like a zoologist. So it would just switch off, and I'm not sure.
Holy smokes, a zoologist. Holy smokes.
So I have a couple books that I'd been given at Christmas time because my interest in zoology at the time. So like I have these books that have about big animals and stuff like that.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Now do you watch sports at all?
No.
No, okay.
I have in the past, but
okay, we'll skip that one.
Exactly, Bobby. Mermaids don't eat sushi.
No. Okay. What is your I haven't asked this one in a while. What is your favorite animal?
Domestic or just anything in the world?
Anything.
Excuse me. I was gonna say cat, but if we're saying just big, huge, but I know everyone says elephants, but they really are just so wise and sweet. And then that one story about the guy who hadn't seen the elephant forever, and it still remembered him when he came back and stuff like that.
Okay,
so probably elephant.
Okay, can you tell us what it sounds like?
Kind of. I didn't prepare. That's when they're like flipping their trunk up and.
Oh, no, that was good. That was good.
You have to do it on the side of your mouth. Yeah, sometimes I can do it better.
Okay. Awesome.
But tigers are cool. Yeah, Little Debbie tigers are really cool. I should have said tiger. Just kidding. I'll keep elephant.
Are you afraid of ghosts?
Sorry. Let me cough one more time. Sorry. I'm drinking Starbucks and it has cream in it. So it kind of made me cough for a second. I have a friend, because I live in California. And so I have a girlfriend her mom owns a haunted inn. It's like famously haunted.
Oh, wow.
In Santa Paula, California. And it was actually on one of those shows like Ghost Hunters, whatever, the one with the guy with the black spiky hair.
Really?
Yeah. Nick, I think is his name. But so one day on TV, I heard my friend's voice, and I haven't talked to her in about 10 years. And I look up and I start bawling because she's on the TV talking to Zach, whatever his name is, on the Ghost Hunter show. And I'm like, that's my friend Monica. And she was on there because they went to investigate her mom's inn. So she was the one like talking with them, but then they showed her mom too. But yeah, so that's how I saw her again after 10 years was she was on TV. But so I went there for her birthday like 15 years ago, and I didn't know, and she purposely put me in a room that was like known to have a lot of activity. And so I wasn't scared. So to answer your question,
Yeah, I mean, I don't
I wasn't
care
scared at that time. But if something like came up to my face, I'm sure I would probably freak out. You know,
Yeah.
if I saw a chair slide across a whole room by itself, I would scream and run out. You know, I don't think that I'd be like, oh, who's here?
Oh, the only thing with me, if I saw that, I'm like, with me, it's just there's got to be an explanation for it.
Well, yeah, but if I'm in front of at my own house and I know there's no people here that set up a wire or anything on the chair and it slides across the room, then I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm getting the heck out of it.
I'm just that way. I just don't really believe too much. Like I said, there's got to be an explanation behind it. I mean,
you're just asking. You're just asking. Just
oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, I was like, yeah, Bobby, let's go. That would be so fun. What is it called? It's in Santa Paula. What is it called? Oh, Glen Tavern Inn. That's it. Glen Tavern Inn.
Okay. Wow.
But yeah, they did an episode of Ghost Hunters or whatever that show is called about it.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Wow. Okay, well, I'm surprised the chat's not throwing any questions out. Chat, we need some help here because I pretty much ran out of questions here.
I think they're chit-chatting.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
That's what I normally do. We normally chit-chat.
What state are you in?
Southern California.
Oh, okay. Now,
Bobby, have you heard of it? The Glen Tavern Inn?
Who?
I thought Bobby was saying that she's heard of the Glen Tavern Inn. That's the place I'm talking about. But it's in the Santa Paula is a really small town, so it's kind of like I said, it's kind of famous for being haunted if you look online.
Oh wow! Well, that's cool. That's cool. That's awesome. So how's the weather there?
It gets down to about 30 at night, but I'm right by I'm about 45 minutes from Palm Springs, but then I'm about 45 minutes to an hour from like Big Bear and stuff too. So I get the coldness still, but not, but I could still go up to the mountains pretty quickly, but I don't have snow tires or anything.
Okay. Let's see. Ron wants to know, Michelle, where did you come up with the name, with the avatar or the mermaid theme?
I'll answer as best I can because we're not allowed to talk about resale. So yes. No, when I was young, I've always loved mermaids. I had mermaid toys when I was little. I don't know if all girls love mermaids, but I've always just loved them. And in high school, I remember I passed around a note to everyone in my class saying which type of mermaid tattoo should I get. And I said realistic, where you can see the scales, or like a cartoon. And not like I'd be able to get a tattoo in high school anyway. So it's just ridiculous. I even like passed that note around like an idiot. But so I've always loved mermaids. And then my grandma at her house had a breezeway. And this house that we bought here has a breezeway too for all my plants. And I called it my Mermaid Cove because it has all these like cool draping plants and blah, blah, blah. Oh. And like I said, I love mermaids. And so I called it my Mermaid Cove. And then when I started to resell, it was first plants. So I called it Mermaid Cove Plants. And then that led to my other Mermaid Cove Treasure, and I'm Michelle at Mermaid Cove because Mermaid Cove's the name of my shops. Okay. So like if I answer the phone, I'd be like, this is Michelle at Mermaid Cove.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that's why my channel name's like Michelle at Mermaid Cove.
Okay. And
it used to be Michelle at Mermaid Cove Plants and Treasure, but then everyone in the chat would complain it was too hard to write. So,
oh my goodness.
So I shortened it.
Wow.
Yeah, everyone's like, it's too long.
Hey, Bobby wants to know, do you have any siblings and that still keep in touch?
Yeah, we do. My little sister moved to South Dakota, which is crazy. They have whiteouts there where the whole town just shuts down because it's white. Oh, you know where she lives? She lives an hour away from Amber, Ua Cruce. My little sister does, so that's weird. Okay. But and then my older sister owns an antique shop in Northern California.
Okay.
And it's a little beach town. And so if anyone goes to Northern California, and then my brother's a school teacher in Northern California.
Oh, now that's cool. Now have you always been there, or have you lived somewhere else before?
I've always lived in Southern California. I've moved around a lot in Southern California, but always here.
Oh, okay. So I'm guessing you kind of like the weather there.
Well, and like it's just because my grandma ever, like I said, she lived to be 98 and a half. So I would have never moved to another state until after she had passed anyway.
Okay.
And then, no, but I mean, I wouldn't not move to another state. I would just need to find one. And I don't really like the snow all the time,
Okay. Awesome. Okay.
Hi, Lisa. Hey, girl.
Hi, Lisa. How you doing, Lisa?
Lisa's the best. She's so nice. She is so nice and funny.
Yeah, me and her do a show on Friday night spotlight at 6:00.
I need to set my alerts because I get her alerts sometimes a week late. Like I just told her the other day, I got one and I clicked on to see live and it said like from 6 days ago. And so I don't know how. So I don't know if I need to unsubscribe and resubscribe to make it work.
Yeah, and that's what I usually do. I usually turn the bell off and unsubscribe, and then I'll refresh it and I'll resubscribe. I usually do that. I mean, if I start having troubles, I'll do that for about 3 or 4 different YouTubers, and then it decides to start working again.
Scarlett, I do too. No, I agree. But then I'm just always afraid. I don't want them to think I wasn't subscribed. If I have to unsubscribe and resubscribe to people, I'm like, oh, I don't want them to think I wasn't subscribed until now,
Okay.
But it's just because I have to unsubscribe and resubscribe to make it work. But I will.
Okay. You're trying to think of anything else to ask here, not unless there's something else that you might want to throw out there that we don't know about.
The genealogy, the genealogy. I like plants a lot. That's why I sold them.
Oh wow!
So I'm a plant lady.
Cool.
I have a lot of plants. I don't even know how many indoor plants I have.
Oh, cool.
That's how many I have.
I didn't know these questions were gonna go so fast, so I didn't bother.
I'm a fast talker too.
Yeah, I usually go back in some of the past interviews and look at the questions that the chat asked, a couple of shows ago. Just add them to the paper, and I didn't do it today. I ended up being busy on something else, and I didn't do it today.
Well, I can tell a really quick little story. I don't know what time it is.
No, you're fine. Yeah, no, I've been asked a couple of weeks ago if I could take the show a little bit longer to run it into Lisa's and Danny's show at 4:00. So
is that the mystery show, or is that Friday nights? Or I don't know which night. Because Danny May and Lisa do a mystery show where they talk about mysteries.
No, this is the comedy one. It comes on at comes on at 4:00.
Okay. I need to watch that one then.
Yeah, 4:00 for me, and that would make it probably 2:00 for you, because you're 3 hours behind me.
Yeah. I'll tell this really quick. This is how my luck works out. My 9-year-old son I named Miller because my grandpa was raised by his stepdad. So for 20 years in genealogy, I researched for his biological father. I could find his draft card, all this stuff. And I finally hired these ladies called Ancestry.
Okay.
And through DNA, because I've done my DNA, they found that my great grandpa had been using a fake name. So the name Jack Miller that I was looking for all my life wasn't his real name. And he used a fake name. So the fact that I named my son Miller to bring that family name back into the family tree, and it wasn't even a real name.
Wow.
But the name Miller, I still think is really cool. But I can't believe that I named my son that but he was using a fake name when he married my great grandma.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he went to San Quentin for 2 years. So
I can't believe he was getting away with a fake name.
Well, just for 2, and you know why? It's because he joined the he joined the army. Mm-hmm. And I have all these newspaper articles about it. He joined the army and then decided a week into it he didn't want to join it like his brother, and he deserted it. He got caught. They put him in the brig. He then helped another kid who was under 18 escape the brig. They put dummies in their little cots and they
Okay.
broke out of the thing and broke out. So then they were going to charge him with contributing to this is back in the, the 15, like 1915. They were
Okay.
going to also charge him with contributing to the delinquency of a minor because he helped that kid escape. And he was only 19, but the kid was 17. So
Wow.
he was on the run from the police. And I think and he had also grown up in the industrial school in Utah and always escaped there as well. There's all these newspaper articles when he was like 12. So I
Oh,
think that's why he changed his name, because the police were after him. So he changed his name to Jack Miller and moved to Minnesota, met my great grandma, married her, had a baby,
mm-hmm.
and then said he went to war for 3 years.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if he really went or not. And then when he got back, that's when he was looking for a job, and they borrowed a man's Model A or Model T car from in front of a theater. They borrowed the car and they got caught because it got a flat tire. And somebody called the sheriff. Oh, and it was Halloween. And so somebody had called the sheriff because they thought they were creating mischief. This is all newspaper articles. And so they were actually trying to get a pump from another car to pump up the tire, and they got caught. And then that's when he went to San Quentin for almost 2 years for that.
Oh, okay. Holy smokes.
But in his statement, he said if the country took care of their veterans when they got back from the war, they wouldn't be so destitute and so desperate to find work and, taking people's cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's why then I'm like, maybe he did go to war finally. So that was then in 1920. And then he went to San Quentin in 1921.
Oh, wow.
And I have his picture. I have his picture from there. It's really cool.
Oh, awesome. That's
his mugshot. But yeah, so those ladies' ancestry sisters are the ones that finally solved the case for me through DNA.
okay. Now the kids, are you the oldest?
No, I have an older sister.
Okay.
And then me, and then I have a younger brother, and then a younger sister.
Oh, wow. 4 of you.
Yeah. But I'm my mom's only child, so I only have my siblings with my dad.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Lisa wants to know, what is your favorite color?
Probably teal. That's where I'm drawn to every time when anything's offered in multiple colors. I'll take the teal.
That's interesting. Okay.
Mermaid color.
I forgot this one here. Cody brought up Coke or Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Okay.
It's more bubbly, I think. I know Bobby. I did it for like 20 years. Yeah, so much research.
Okay, awesome. Okay, and I forgot to ask, coffee or hot chocolate?
I actually, that's funny when I hear you ask this question. I just started drinking coffee after my second child. So before that, I never had it. So I take a little bit of hot chocolate mix and I pour it in the bottom of my cup, my Keurig, and then I pour in some coffee creamer, and then I put it under the Keurig, like a travel size mug.
Okay. Well, you
fill that all up. So it has hot chocolate in it, and then the creamer, and then the coffee.
You're the second person I've heard that mixes it.
Yeah. It just makes, when you're not used to coffee tastes, and it just helps, and it makes it a little bit thicker and, I don't know, delicious.
Yeah, I had Susie Woozy on here. And
Thanks, Cody. Yeah, she's like, okay, that's the right answer.
Yeah. I had Susie Woozy on here. She mixes it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you had her on. I was like, I don't see her in the chat. Susie.
No game show tonight. Nope, no game show tonight.
Yeah, Bobby, it was Jeffers, Minnesota. So it's Cottonwood County.
Copper, see who. I'm trying to catch up on the chat here.
Bye, Lisa.
Oh, Lisa's got to go.
No, okay. Lisa Virginia Brundage. Her phone's dying.
Oh. Lots of research. Okay, Pepsi's
exactly, Bobby. Mermaid tail.
Oh, awesome. Oh, you're reading the chat faster than I am.
Oh no, Bobby's fired. Oh. Why? Okay. Oh, because she likes Diet Coke. When I try and like lose weight or not drink soda.
Okay.
Or what? I guess I'm drinking soda though. I would do Coke Zero, like cherry Coke Zero, but it's really hard to find.
Okay. Now, do you, by chance, you drink any alcohol at all? I mean, just to relax, maybe, or no?
No. The other day on New Year's, I had some champagne. I haven't had any in a while, and it's more just because I have 3. And everyone's like, you should drink more because you have kids, but it's just more like you're running around doing stuff, and it doesn't normally make my stomach feel the best when I drink. So.
Oh. Okay.
If I ever had like wine, I'd probably have like white Zin or like a Moscato or something like that, maybe around. But like I said, I hardly ever. I think the last time before New Year's was at my dad's birthday, which was a long time ago.
Okay.
Because at my dad's house, they always have drinks.
Oh, I bought a margarita package at the ABC store. Right, I think it was New Year's Eve. I think and stuck it in the freezer because it's supposed to be frozen. And
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet. I read the back for the carbs on it. I'm like, holy smokes, really?
There's a lot.
Yeah, if I drink the whole thing, it's like 42 carbs in there. I'm like, holy smokes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh, actually at Christmas, I forgot because my dad always has drinks at his house. So at Christmas, I had wine.
okay. Well, there you go.
Oh, and at his birthday, because it was a joint birthday for him and some of his grandsons, and so they had a fireball and horchata that you would mix.
Okay.
You put the fireball in the horchata.
Okay.
Which is like that rice milk drink or whatever. So I tried that. That tasted pretty good, actually.
Now, the place you're in, are you in a house or do you rent?
No, I have a house.
Oh, okay. How about a pool?
A ranch style house.
A ranch style. You got a pool with that?
Yeah.
Okay, people in the chat, we are all invited over there for a pool party.
Totally. There is a safety gate around. There is a safety gate around the pool, which kind of like ruins the aesthetic. It ruins aesthetic quite a bit, but it's safety first,
Safety first.
That's the first thing when getting the house was building a safety gate just around the pool, just for That's scary. Even though when I was little, my mom didn't build a safety gate. I just had to take lessons and know how. But
now, how big is the pool? Do you have? Is it big enough for maybe a sliding board or?
It's a play pool, so so it means it only goes to so there's one side, but then if you turn right, that whole thing is long and it's 6 feet only. So there's holes on both sides, so you can play like volleyball. I had never heard of a play pool. I didn't, because when I grew up, I had a deep end where you can go down to, whatever, 8 feet or whatever. But yeah, so play pool is where it's even and it's long, like, so the one part is long and straight and it's 6 feet. So everyone can be even level.
Okay. Wow.
But my kids are too short to stand in the water anyway, but.
Okay. Well, whether Michelle knows this or not, everybody's invited for a pool party.
Totally. We could not go buying for reselling in Palm Springs after. Just kidding. That'd be fun.
Smoke. Yeah, So is there any questions for Michelle? Any other questions in there? I think only a couple people had questions in there that I saw, not unless I missed something. There's Scarlett with the banana stuff. And Eric saying, oh boy, Larry with a margarita. But the thing is, Eric, I haven't opened it yet. So it should be good and frozen by now.
Are you going to drink it on YouTube?
I don't know yet. I haven't.
Like when you're doing the show with Lisa?
I don't know. No, not this week. I'm not. No, I don't. If I do, I'm not really sure how to drink it. I have to read it. I don't know if I just need to cut a little bit of corner off and just put a little bit in the glass at a time with some ice. I have no idea. I gotta read.
I see what you're saying. So you don't know if it's an actual. Okay, if it's just like the liquid mix.
It's a pre-made. It's a pre-made margarita in a bag.
You probably just need to mush it up in a thing and put in a glass.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I just can't drink the whole thing at one time. I'd probably end up in a hospital.
Oh, poorly. Oh, yeah. Okay, just half.
Yeah, because I just started doing the Baileys in the coffee in the morning.
Oh, my God. Papa J, that's another story. He wants to know my thoughts on Brussels sprouts. Okay, here's another sad story. Sorry.
There you go.
So my younger brother and sister have the same mom. And when we're little one time, we're all having dinner and they were so gross. It was Brussels sprouts and I put a whole one in my mouth and I could not, it was so gross. And she said I couldn't get down until I ate it. And I sat there with it in my mouth for about 3 hours. Everyone got down and left the table. Everyone's like going to bed and I'm like still sitting there. So I still haven't had Brussels sprouts to this day, but I really want to like them. I always hear about like toasted Brussels sprouts, but because my stepmom is no longer my stepmom because my dad married someone else about 25 years ago. So she's my stepmom now, but my brother and sister's mom, traumatized me with Brussels sprouts.
My mom was the same way, but that was with squash.
Oh my God. No, but I sat and you know how it was too big for my mouth. So to sit there with your mouth closed like that, it was awful. for that long, but to prove a point, like.
Yeah, she gave me a real small amount. She says you can't get away from this table until you finish that small amount. I mean,
Yeah.
she had a little bit amount on there, and then she took my fork and she moved a little bit out of the way. She goes, there, just eat that amount, just eat that much, and you can get down. And boy, I sat there at the table for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
And,
Well, and I mean, like the box. We when we used to eat dinner at my dad's house, he'd watch boxing, which is awesome when you're eating. So I mean, like the boxing was over. Everyone had left the table. The lights were like dim. It's just that I'm still sitting there. Gosh, ridiculous.
Brussels sprouts. I can eat Brussels sprouts. I had no problem with it.
Okay, Renee. But like I said, this was back in the day, so maybe they were just boiled or something gross. So they just really tasted so bad and they smelled bad. But now on TV, I see like all the different cool ways they make them. So I really want to try them and like them.
Oh,
I do. And like, I want to like seafood too, but I just have to have the right.
Ron says you had the same experience with peas.
Oh, sorry, Ron. Isn't that crazy? But that stepmom also would wash my mouth out with soap. So just certain people are certain
really?
ways. Yeah. And I'm thinking, what could I have said back then? Really? Because I was a people pleaser. I was a good kid. So I don't even know what she would have even thought that, but yeah, she did that too.
I had never had deep fried Brussels sprouts.
That sounds good.
I've never had that.
Cody.
I get my Brussels sprouts in a bag at the store. I mean, as long as I can slap them in the microwave, the bag, I'm fine. I mean, I cook them for 6 minutes, good to go. And
Cody, that's even worse with me, I think, because at least it was just like a vegetable sitting there for 3 hours. But oh my god, because she had that with a steak. Oh my god!
My goodness!
Oh my gosh!
Well,
I know, Lisa. They look so good. I need to just try making them myself. The deep fried or.
Yeah, deep fried. Yeah, that does sound good. That does sound good.
And I see they put like Parmesan on them, and yeah, they look good.
Holy smokes! Okay.
Drive a stick. Whenever I watch Amazing Race and people don't know how to drive a stick, I'm always like, you're going on Amazing Race. Why don't you learn to drive it?
Mm-hmm.
I just watched that last night. That's what made that pop in my head. I drove a stick for like 20 years. No, because one guy said he learned to drive a stick before he got on the show, and he still couldn't do it, and they're still just stuck there. And I'm like, if you're going on to win $1 million, learn to drive a stick. Do you know how to drive a stick, Larry?
Oh yeah, I learned on a stick.
Me too. Me too.
Stick shift is awesome. I mean, they're also a gas saver.
Yeah.
Because you stood at a stoplight, you slap it in neutral.
Yeah, and I learned. I think basically I learned when I was learning to drive. I learned on a Bug too, and a Bug's backwards. Volkswagen Bug.
Yep, I wound up putting one out of commission one time because the engine's in the back, and that's where I smacked it at.
Oh.
Now that was this was one during military days, and till this day I will never take is it Dristan? I think it was Dristan because I had a bad cold. I took Dristan pill in the morning, and it made me really drowsy. And back then you didn't really have to have seatbelts on, and I should have had one on. And I found out locking your arms at the steering wheel does not work. You will still smack your head on the steering wheel. And I did.
Oh, no.
And it smarted.
Oh, my gosh. That's awful.
And the Bug would not go anymore because, I mean, I hit it like 35 miles an hour. I smacked it in the back.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. That's awful.
Wow. Yeah, but I like this one here, brown sugar.
Oh my gosh, Victoria! I sold a car a few years ago that I had for 13 years, and it was a stick, but it still looked like it solely still looked good condition, and a kid bought it.
Okay,
I had it for like 13 years.
Wow, awesome! But I like that recipe though for that Brussels sprout there. I never heard of that one. Well, maybe I did. She showed it. I haven't made it yet.
That makes me. Do you guys have spaghetti factories out there?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
I don't know if it's a California thing or if it's because that makes me think of the brown butter. They have this this one topping you can get, and it's Mizithra cheese, but it's brown butter and Mizithra cheese. And I always get that when I go there. So good.
Okay. Ashley wants to know what do you
Oh
do
my
for
God.
fun?
Ashley, because I have 3 little boys, so not much.
Ah! Ah!
Genealogy, it's like nonstop, like every second. Um, but like I said, genealogy, when I get a chance, I love genealogy. And because
Okay.
you're finding your family too, so your family roots, so it's cool. And when I find pictures online of like great great grandmas, it's so fun.
Okay. Yeah, Scarlett brought up a good point there. That's funny. She never let dinosaurs on the road.
Oh, Scarlett.
Well, I'm known as a dinosaur. I have no idea how I got that, but I'm known as a dinosaur for some reason. It's just funny.
A
Okay,
lovable
people,
dinosaur.
I think we're going to go ahead and wind the show up for
Okay.
today. And I want to thank Michelle for coming on. This was awesome.
Thank you so much for having me, Larry. And Larry, I forgot to tell you, my dad, I told you before, his name is Larry and he has a mustache also.
Ah! Wow, that is cool. Yeah, stick around after I end. So, yeah, thank you everybody for coming today. This was pretty awesome.
Thanks, Cody. Yes, Papa on there are.
I want to thank to the chat. See, who do we got on next week? Who do I got on next week here? I got well, I got the Baldy Picker on next week.
Oh, fun. Okay.
So yeah, I had to get with him and remind him. Yeah,
Thanks, Bobby. Thanks for coming out, friends. Thanks so much.
That should be another good one. Yeah, don't forget to go over to Lisa.
Danny and Lisa. Yeah, Danny and Lisa.
The show here starts about 4:00. So
thanks, Papa
for coming, and I hope you all have a fantastic day, fantastic afternoon. Bye, y'all. And
thank you so much, friends. Thank you, Larry.
Michelle, her YouTube's down in the description area if you're not subbed to her. So.
Thanks so much, Larry. See you all friends later in the chats.
Okay, you're quite welcome. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.